Hello. So, doing a voiceover style today, we're going to get into this Kimmy Couture case later, but let's jump in. We're just going to slather some primer on and look really exhausted because this is day 9 of quarantine. All right, so what you're looking at there is some Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. We're going in with one of those double-edged spoolies on one end and tapered angled brush on the other. I always start by brushing my eyebrows up because I'm going to follow the bottom line that you see there. So the first thing I always do is create that bottom line, right? And that's easier to do when you brush all of your hair up. And then it sort of gives you a guide for where to do the top line. I like a heavier brow. I don't really know how to do the Instagram eyebrow where it's like super tapered and cut at the front and very like, I don't even know. It's dramatic. If you don't know what an Instagram eyebrow is, like search hashtag Instagram eyebrow and you will find it very quickly. So you can see here, I like it pretty dark. So I'm just filling in any gaps and look at the difference there. Yikes. So same thing on the other side, but we're just going to speed it up a little bit because I already showed you one. All right, so brush, 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 putting product in and smoothing it all out. Good deal. Okay, so after that, I like to go in and I protect them with some of my foundation. Sometimes I use concealer, sometimes I use whatever I grab first out of my bag. Typically, I go in with a color that's spot on. You can see here, I'm just grabbing the product that's in the cap and I'm going to go in with that flat brush and just trace very carefully around my eyebrow. It just sort of gives it a clean and crisp look, and I don't know. And then I just buff it out to serve as almost like an early concealer to cover up my blemishes because I'm one of those cool kids that went through high school without a single blemish, and then I hit adulthood and had like full-blown acne. Do not understand it. I think I would almost rather have had it back in middle school when everyone else had it, but no, here we are. All right, so then I'm going to the bottom and I'm doing the exact same thing, just very carefully tracing it, and then I'm just going to buff all that out with a beauty blender that is nice and wet and just sort of get some early blending in there. But you can see I don't really go close up on the eyebrow. I stay pretty far away from that because I want that line to be there so that it's really crisp and pops out because, I don't know, that's the way I like it. All right, so we are about done here. We are going to move on to eyeshadow favorite. So this is some Paint Pot from MAC. The color is Soft Ochre. What I'm doing here is making this look like a blank sheet of paper, right? So this is technically eyeshadow, but it's like a cream to powder formula kind of. So you put it on and then you can kind of like use your finger to just blend it in. But to me, this is like getting out a fresh white sheet of paper to paint on or to draw, right? So I want a nice clean canvas to begin my work. So that's what I'm doing. And I do the entire lid from right up under my eyebrow all the way down to the bottom. So you want to make that nice and smooth. Now, why do I do eyeshadow first? I do eyeshadow first because I am a messy makeup artist, okay? So I'm going to inevitably have spill out. So that's why I do this first and foundation later. I just showed you a fluffy brush. So just look how fluffy that is. I just saw myself in the mirror. And then this is the Mented Eye Palette. Absolutely love and adore this eye palette. It is, I love the price. It's reasonable. It's an excellent palette for every day, and the colors are super pigmented and gorgeous. Okay, so I'm showing you the 3 colors I'm going to work with for this video. And I've got another fluffy brush. That one is from Morphe, and I love Morphe brushes because they're nice and cheap. Look how pigmented this is. Oh yeah, love that so much. So you can see here when I'm doing eyeshadow, I tend to start with the lightest of the colors that I'm going to be working with, and I do sweeping motions back and forth. Eyeshadow is all about blending, guys. Like the more you blend, the better. I make circular motions when I first put it on because I found that you can create like these skid marks almost which sounds gross, but that's basically what happens. Like if I just go straight in and I start the sweeping motion, you can see these little like bumpy lines in the makeup that are hard. So I found when I go in with circles at first, it gives it a really nice, smooth and seamless look. Okay, so now if you look at that brush, it's still fluffy, but it is a little more dense than the other one. So I'm gonna have more control with that one, okay? So now I'm going in with those darker colors and we're gonna darken up the outer V of my eyelid. So the first color I swept all the way across. This one we're just focusing on the outer V. And you can see how nicely those blend together. And we're just going to go and work those colors together. That's how you get that really pretty seamless illusion of makeup. It's just all about blending, brushing, back and forth until it looks really, really smooth. All right, so we're going to work that in a little bit, and then we're going to just clean it up. I typically will go in and get a fluffy brush and then just sort of work it together a little more. I'm going back in with the paint pot and I'm just going to do the lid because I'm really enjoying this look right now where it's light and then it goes, like fades into the darker color. So you can see I'm just putting a bit right on top of the lid, not over the outer V that I just made dark, but the inner part of my lid. So you can see here, I'm going to do it right on the other side and just take my finger and blend that right into the colors that we just put on. So you'll see here how that just comes together. And I love it. All right, so now I've got a super tapered brush and I'm gonna go in with the darkest color. Sometimes I even go in with black. And then, oh no, I actually changed my mind here. I wanted to add a little sparkle to the outer V, but a lot of times what I'm doing right now, I will take black and just dab black right there because it just gives it a really nice, like fierce, almost cat eye look that I really enjoy. So that's something that you can do as well. But it looks like today I decided to stop there. Just give it a little sparkle. So see what I mean? Spill out. But it doesn't matter because I don't have the rest of my makeup done. All right, so it looks like we're just cleaning up and doing some last minute blending. Then we're gonna pop on some eyeliner, and just a dab of mascara. We are putting lashes on, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on the mascara because I don't need to. Look at those. So those were supposed to be worn at my district gala, but because of the coronavirus in 2020, we are all locked inside of our homes and everything that is fun or awesome got canceled so that we can all stay home and stop spreading this virus. So here is the trick to lashes, my friends. Okay, so we've got some glue, we've got the lashes. The trick is put the glue on the lashes, make sure you get both corners really, really well, all the way across, and then, guys, put it down. Put it down. Do not try to pop that on your eye. If you put that on your eye right now, it's going to be a gooey mess, and that's why lashes are difficult. Put it down. Let them chill for a while. Just wait, okay? You're going to put them on later. So I'm going back in, making sure those brows are nicely blended. So now we've got eyebrows and eyeshadow done. We're waiting a little bit for the eyelashes. In the meantime, we're going to take care of skin. My favorite part, some good old foundation. So that's my brush from Minted that I just got. Really enjoying it. It's really dense. And I just put the product directly on the brush and then I just go to town. So you can just see here, I'm just making sure everything is really smooth and making sure I've got that coverage that I need. And that's it. Even this needs a little bit of time to dry. All right. So I usually give it just a few seconds before I move on to the next step. But here you can see I'm doing a little contouring. That's a color that is a couple shades lighter than my skin. And it just helps to brighten up specific spots on my face that I would like for the light to hit. Okay. I do a cream contour. I'm sorry, I do a cream highlight. I only do a powder contour. I used to do a cream and a powder contour and it just took too much time and I didn't feel like the results weren't something that could just be achieved with powder. So I'll show you here in a minute how I'm only highlighting with cream. And then I'm going to go in after this with a face powder to set it. Then I will go back in and I will do a contour with a darker powder. And I feel like that gets the job done. So now that needs to dry. But do you see why now the eyeshadow doing it first is so critical for me? Because any spill out that I had or any mistakes that I made, it's so easy for me to just take my foundation brush and clean it right up. Okay, so here's the trick to lashes. Now the glue is nice and tacky. So we're going to come from the top and you're going to land the lashes on your eye line or your lash line, okay? That's the other reason why I wear eyeliner, because it forgives a whole bunch of sins when you're trying to get these lashes on there, okay? Love those. Those are super dramatic and soft and feminine. Like I said, they were supposed to be for a district gala, but that got canceled, so now they're for a Saturday afternoon when you're locked inside of your house. Okay, so tweezers are everything as well, because you can just put it exactly where you want it to go without your fingers being in the way. All right, so give that some time to dry. And not sure what's going on there. I was going to show you the lashes that I typically wear. So you can see they're not as dramatic, but I typically wear anything that says Demi Wispies is a win for me. Okay, so we're gonna set our face right now. It's drier, so we're just gonna set it, right? So you don't want that sticky foundation that you put on to just be what you wear all day. You wanna go in with some powder so that, you know, when you touch your face, it's not automatically oily and on your fingers because you've set it. Here is the darker powder I was telling you about, which I need to get some more of. And I'm only going to go in the sides of my cheeks. It kind of makes a number 3. So that's the middle of the 3 right there. Then I'm going to go up on my forehead and then down on my chin. So it kind of traces a 3 if you, that probably doesn't make any sense. But so yeah, we're doing the jawline, the cheek, and then going up onto the forehead. You don't want your face to look like a flat pancake, so you've got to give it some dimension. That there is just some bronzer going in on my nose, and then just using it as a highlight. Just tap, tap, tap with my fingers because I don't have time. Got a little blush there. I got that from like an Ipsy bag, and just a little bit, little smile, warm the face up a little bit. Now, lower lash line. You guys are probably like, she didn't do anything to her lower lash line. I typically don't do much because my eyes water all the time and it's a nightmare. And so I don't put a lot of lower lash makeup because it all just messes up, and then I'll have black smudges at the end of the day. So I put a little bit of black eyeshadow right up under. And we're nearing the end here, boys and girls. We're going to go in with our new Mented lip gloss. I love it. It's the move over cute color. And I'm a simple girl when it comes to lips. Like, honestly, just give me a good gloss and I'm good to go, which is why I love these Mented colors, because they just have beautiful nudes, especially for women of color. So I'm putting links at the bottom of this video for everything that I use. It's linked in my Amazon store. And that's the look. So now let's talk hair. What I use is some old school Blue Magic, like just hair grease to take it out. So you can see here, last night I twisted my hair. I went in with some almond and avocado design elements, I believe. I'll make sure I'm saying that right because there's an image of it at the end of this video. But you can just see like twist all over my head. I've been trying different strategies for this every night to see what I like the best, and I think this one's my favorite one. So this strategy was more twist all over my head. Like one night I tried to make like really big chunky twists, didn't love that. This time I went in and I made smaller twists all over, and now I'm getting that definition that I've been really searching for. It's not perfect, but this is probably the best one that I've had so far. And so I just go in with a brush that I love, which I'm also going to link below because it is seriously the best detangling brush ever. And I will just pick up a chunk of hair. I'll make sure it's detangled, and then I put a good healthy amount of that Blue Magic and a good healthy amount of the almond and avocado hair lotion, and I twist it on up. And I am so new at this. Like, I don't even have a silk cap, guys. Like, no lie. I have just been going to bed with these twists. I think I'm supposed to put like a cap on or sleep on some sort of like silk pillowcase. I'm not there yet. Your girl is not there yet. So maybe another video I'll be like, oh, look at this raggedy stuff I used to do. But right now I'm good. So the other thing you might notice is, well, I don't know where I did it, but at some point I just pick up some scissors and go for a couple pieces in my hair. So I have been wearing a lot of sew-ins ever since I went natural. I went natural probably 5 years ago, and um, I did a big chop. It was only a couple inches long, and then I would just wear like sew-ins all the time. And then my hair got really long as I, would wear the sew-ins. And so the problem with that would be I had leave out and I would continually put heat on it and press out like the front part of my hair. And so that curl pattern is completely gone at the front of my hair. So I have just been wearing it natural now with like these twist outs and things. And the front of my hair is bothering me so much that every time I see a piece of heat damaged hair, I literally have just been taking scissors and hacking at it. Again, somebody's probably screaming about that right now, but look, it's been okay. It hasn't been that much. I've just been taking off like an inch or two here or there. You can see one little piece right. Oh, there I am. Hey, scissors, goodbye. And like, see how annoying that is? And so it just goes away and then it's fine. It'll be fine. It'll grow back. So that is pretty much the look. We're just going to go in and work on the shape a little bit. And there we are. Yay, happy, ready to go nowhere because we're in camp quarantine. Oh, here is the product, Design Essentials, almond and avocado hair lotion, and some good old fashioned Blue Magic. Oh, real quick, let's get into this case by Kimmy Couture. Absolutely love it. It's so dirty, but that's the perfect kind of task to do during camp quarantine. So we're going to clean that out and get it all nice and pretty, but I love it. And I hope you enjoyed this look.